Hey everyone, it's Jana here with HSRA, the Home Staging and Redesign Association, and I'm super excited to talk with you today about my journey of becoming a real estate agent. And let me tell you, it wasn't the easiest thing. And number one, it was because I didn't know necessarily what it all was going to entail before I started. And that's why I'm putting this video together so that I can help you gauge exactly the time frame and at least have some kind of expectation before you get started on this. Number one, congratulations. Congratulations that you have decided to take this journey. For me, I wanted to get my real estate license when I was in college, and my mom talked me out of it. She said, you're never going to have your weekends. It's just your calendar is going to revolve around somebody else's. And while that could be true, now the real estate is a whole nother game. It's a game changer for people. And the way that technology is taking it online, I don't have those challenges anymore, those concerns. So congratulations for taking this journey with me. And I'm super excited to help you gain a little bit of traction through the way that this does work. And hopefully you will be a licensed realtor very, very soon. So let's get started. And that's going to really be able to now, like I said, you know what you're getting into. Here we go. I'm going to share my screen with you. I've got a little bit of a presentation that I've put together. These are my 18 steps. Now, I would say that you got to understand what your certain state is going to require. And it might not be my experience of what I've gone through going through Nevada as well as Texas. I've got those two states to really speak from, but your state might be a little bit different, have a little bit more rules and regulations. But if you can at least get the overall picture, now you'll be able to be more enlightened to what to expect. So let's go through this. And before we really dive into those 18 steps, I love this quote by good old Mark Cuban here from the Dallas area. He says, always wake up with a smile, knowing that today you are going to have fun accomplishing what others are afraid to do. So sometimes we go into this new journey, this new career, and we're thinking, oh, this is kind of a faith step, or we have fear, but I really want it to be fun for you. I think real estate can be fun, especially if we're already associated with the real estate industry, like we are with our home staging company. We have been working in real estate as an affiliate for almost 20 years. And so I'm super excited to finally be on this journey, and it is fun, it is exciting, and I cannot wait to just continue to grow in this and be a content matter expert, as well as do my own real estate, and lots of plans to do that as well. So let's start off with these success steps. Now, first off is, did you know you have to be 18 years of age? That's probably most of us. We're already 18. But if you're like my son, he started getting his real estate license setting up when he was 19, which is awesome. There's a lot of millennials that are coming in. They're deciding not to jump right into college. And that is really, really cool. This can be a game changer when it comes to a profession, a career, and you owning your time, you being able to be someone that is providing all of the services to your local community and really building a brand. There's so much opportunity and potential here. So it is for the people that are just starting out into a career. It might be like you and myself, where we've done things and now it's time to get into something we're really going to love, and maybe it's a side business, who knows, but you have to be 18. The second thing, you got to sign up for your coursework. Now, each state is different, but they're going to have certain signed coursework, certain signed hours that you need to take. For Nevada, it's a different set of hours than it is for Texas, and I decided to go through Nevada. We go there several times a year, and if I want to sell real estate, that's going to be awesome. I could also transfer it back here to my state or have both licenses active. It's really, really cool, and the opportunity is endless. But you want to sign up for your coursework, find out what that is for your state. Now, here's the easiest way to do that. is you can go to our affiliate partner, which is realestateexpress.com, or you can go through the HSRA portal and save money, and that's always an awesome thing. So we are partners with Real Estate Express, and they've got several states that they work in and have vetted out the process of what it takes to get your real estate license. They know the coursework, they know everything that it's going to, from A to Z, and that's something that is huge. So sign up for your coursework. You're going to pay for that. They're going to have probably different packages, everything from kind of the basic all the way to a package that includes many tests, practice tests, the accountability there, which is good for us because we're going to also be your accountability partners, signing up through HSRA and our partnership with Real Estate Express. So it's a really, really good thing, because if you're like me, you get busy, you get sidetracked, and if you're taking that online course, sometimes it's really hard to set time aside. And so when you've got some accountability partners, it will definitely help you out. Now you can old school this and go into classes. You can fast track this, maybe weekend classes or whatnot. But for me, it was better to be able to sign up online and take it at my pace when I could plan to do that. It took me a couple of months to get through the coursework, but you're going to find that it is faster, and whenever you can set that time aside. I know people that have literally gotten their coursework done in an entire weekend, and that was kind of sun up to sundown, and that's something else that you can think about doing. But for me, I wanted this, information to really sink in, because I love real estate and I really wanted to learn it. So then you're going to complete your coursework tests. In the coursework, you're going to have certain tests. For Texas, we have 6 different classes at the moment when I'm shooting this video. And each of those courses have an end of course test that you're going to have a proctor. So online, you're going to set up that test. The proctor is going to share screen with you. They're going to look at your environment, and you're going to take that test. It's not an open book test. You're going to take it. And then once you pass, you can move on to the next course because they build on each other. With Nevada, we didn't have to proctor test. We literally took all the coursework for the state and then all the coursework for the national. We were able to take the state test and take the national test when it comes to, again, the coursework. So I'm only at the coursework phase, the pre-coursework, before you actually take the official test. So know what that looks like within your system and within your state. There are 2 tests and 2 sets of coursework that you can take simultaneously. A lot of it piggyback off of each other, but it is your state, and then it's going to be the national, and more to come on that. But you're going to complete that coursework at your pace, or you can fast track it. Now you're going to schedule an appointment for your state and national official tests. Okay, these are the final tests. Now, most companies will use like a Pearson VUE. Pearson VUE is a company that you can walk into the room. There's multiple computer setups everywhere, and they're going to dial in your test, and they're going to pull it up on the screen, and then you're going to sit down and take those 2 tests. Sometimes they're anywhere from 80 to 100 questions each. You're going to have plenty of time to do that, and you'll be good to go. But it usually will take you a couple of days up to 2 weeks that you can schedule out that test if it's a busy testing center. So go ahead and get online, schedule the test. You know when, from reverse engineering, how long you have to really study again for your final test. All that course prep work is to finally get you to passing those state and national tests, and that will be done in one sitting. So we're going to schedule that, and guess what's next? We're going to study. So I studied for about 5 to 7 hours, making sure that I knew the stuff and I felt comfortable with it, and then I was ready to go in and take the test. I will give you a side note. note, a little bit of a helpful hint. Now, Pearson VUE, my testing center that was local, I probably had 3 or 4 to choose from locally. Even though I'm taking my test for Nevada, I could go locally. I didn't have to fly to Nevada to take the test. Even for Texas, down in Austin, I don't have to go to Austin. You can go to a local testing center and take this final test. And for Pearson VUE, they had a practice test of their own that I took. It was like $20 or $30, and it was very, very helpful. I think it was on the national portion. And here's the thing though, I took the tests and I did not get to see which ones I passed or failed or got wrong. I just took it, and it was just good knowledge to kind of get familiar with some of the question types. And it also let me familiarize myself with how that computer for the testing would work, where my time clock was, where I could flag questions and go back to them if I did have, maybe I wasn't sure on the answer. It was just very, very nice, but it was a one and done, and you just got to pass or fail. Just a little heads up on that. So you want to study up, study all of your tests. We've got information as well as Real Estate Express on which key tests to study, because there's so many options out there, and we've really vetted out this process to help you fast track the studying for your tests. Then you're going to take and pass those tests. One sitting, it's usually about 4 hours of time. You don't have to use all the time, but you know, it's a little tiresome, but it is awesome to be able to walk out and go, oh my gosh, and then to get the pass. And you're going to get a pass or fail. You have to have a 75 to pass, and you have to literally figure out your grade if you want to. But it'll tell you how many you got incorrect, and it'll literally say pass or fail. And if you don't, say you don't pass the state portion, but you pass the national, you can go back and take just the portion that you failed. Now, for me, when I'm shooting this video, as far as a timestamp, it was $100 to take these tests. If I were to have failed one of them, it would have still been $100. I would have rescheduled. It's not $50, but it's the entire amount. Thank goodness I passed on the first go around. Several of my friends didn't pass. It's not a bad thing because it's a lot of information. So find the fun in learning the information, and you're going to find it's going to be a little easier to comprehend and keep, and we're going to help you along the journey since we have been through it. So you're going to have that form that they give you. You have to keep that form. It's the original copy, because you're going to send that in here in a moment. You're going to find out what you're going to do next. So we've passed the test, and now, this is something that might not be a step for you, but it was a step for me. I needed to set up an LLC. For me, I'm hanging my license at EXP, and so I know that the reason that I'm doing that is because we are doing rev share and all of those things, and I want it to be a company, under a company instead of my personal name. So for me, it made sense for me to do an LLC, and there's a couple of day process. You can fast track it for more money, but I wanted to at least get that in the process as well, because there's time you're going to take studying up, there's time taking the test, and now there's a little bit of time on processing everything you'll see here in a moment. I do want to make a note on step 6 that if you do not pass after a certain amount, then you may have to retake the coursework. So find that out. If it does apply in certain states, it might be that you've got to, take that coursework and go through it again before you can continue to move on. So I did want to make that note. Now let's move to step 8. Get fingerprinted. You've got to get your fingerprints. So for me, I went to my local DPS office. They did the old school fingerprinting, and I had the form, and then I needed to send in a cashier's check as well for the Real Estate Commission to process it. You got to find that information out. They can do online fingerprinting for you, but that's the big thing you've got to. That's one of the key things you will do for all of the processing of your real estate license. Now you want to sign up for a local business license there's a state potentially and a local business license that you might need to do if this is applicable to your state. find out, because like in Nevada, they require us to have a state business license, and that's a couple $100 fee. And then I'm going to have 30 days to set up a county or local business license as well. Just another way, you know, for them to get fees from you, right? I mean, it just happens with the way that some of the states are set up. In Texas, we don't have to do that, but you want to find that out beforehand and know what your time frame is to get that done. For me, I had to do it at this point because I'm going to put that license number in my application that I'm sending to my broker. So it would have to be done sooner than later. Step 10, we're going to apply for our real estate license for our state. So we don't do it until we've passed our tests, and now it's time to apply because we've got to fill out a form, an application. We're going to then take that application, print it off, and we're going to start compiling some things that we're going to mail in to our deciding broker. And this is where this comes in. You may already know what broker I knew. I knew I was signing up for EXP. I knew that was one of the big factors of me getting my real estate license. And then I knew that my sponsor was going to be Michael Reese. So he's been a mentor in my life, and it's all about who I felt comfortable with being in my immediate family as a support family. And so I knew that that was going to be EXP, and I knew that I wanted to be part of Mike's team, and he was going to be my sponsor. But I also now have another person, and that's the state broker. So who is my broker that I'm going to be mailing everything to? We'll get that figured out with you. And we've got to just decide on that. If you're not going with EXP and you're just getting your license, then awesome. You probably know who that is and who your connector is with that. So now it's time to print off everything and have everything into, for me, I put it in a FedEx. I wanted to make sure that it was going to be trackable. And so it was my course certificate that I completed the coursework, plus my final test papers that showed I passed, plus my fingerprints, plus my state license application, and then anything else that's required there. You want to pack all that together. But before you mail it, take a picture, scan it in, make sure you have a copy of everything, because if that gets lost in the mail, you don't even want to know what happens, right? So make sure, for me, I took pictures of everything. I uploaded it to my Google Drive and put it in a certain folder, so I always have it there if I need to reference it. So I took that, put it in the mail, and then I think you've got to also have, maybe it's on the application, you've got to make sure that, you know, it's authorized and all of those good things. So just find out what you've got to do for that, and making sure that notarized, right? So some things might need to be notarized, and it will just depend state to state on that information. So now, for me, this was a step, if this is applicable to you, but I needed to go to EXP, go to the main website and sign up and apply to be an agent. So some of this kind of feels like, well, is this really step 13? But you want to, if I was an existing agent, I could skip all this stuff, and this is number one. I'm going to apply on their website, and it may ask you your realtor license number, and you can let them know. It'll say, are you an active agent yet? You can click no if it's in process. And then this is where you're going to put your sponsor, who you are underneath as far as who's brought you in, who's told you about EXP, who you want to be part of their family with. So for me, it was Michael Reese. And then for you, it can be our name. So it would be Jana Uselton, or it would be our company name, our LLC, but they'll know that. So now we're obligated, Mike, everybody that's on his team, our immediate family, we're obligated to help you guys out, make sure that you are successful in this, and kind of fast track you into, if you are a first-time realtor, what does that look like? You know, how often do you want to list homes? Do you want to just be a content matter expert? And if you're like us that has a staging company, you want access to MLS, you're going to do certain things. It can be a game changer for you, and another income rev stream. It's huge. And we've got different webinars that really talk about the interworkings of EXP and why I decided to go to EXP, because I didn't make this decision lightly, and neither did the people that I'm part of their team with. So it was a very strategic move, and I keep doing business as usual, but now I have another income stream and can list homes that I choose to list. So there's a lot of huge benefit there. So we're going to apply on the company website and at least get the ball rolling to let them know we're coming over. Here we come. So now they're going to send you an independent contractor agreement. So any place that you hang your license, so to speak, hang your license under a certain broker, they're going to give you an agreement to sign. And for me, I screenshot each of the pages of that agreement. It was a DocuSign, and then I've got that file. You're going to get another copy once you sign and it's completed, but I wanted to make sure I read through it, make sure I understood everything, and I was like, okay, well, I have to have their name on my auto insurance because of, if somebody gets in a wreck and then they try to sue the company, it just gets crazy. So that was just a quick call to my insurance company and we were good to go. So there's certain key things you just want to make sure you're all good on that independent contractor agreement to get started. Then I'm going to contact the broker. So for me, that person is Colleen in Las Vegas. And so I just said, hey, Colleen, nice to meet you. I'm Jana. I'm joining the EXP family. I'm super excited. And she was so sweet. And she helped walk me through what needed to happen. She went to the real estate commission to get everything processed. They needed another piece of paperwork that I didn't know about, and she was going back and forth. So she was so sweet to do that and go the extra mile. So I talked to her on the phone. I let her know the package is coming. And then she followed up with me to let me know she received it. So you want to make sure that they confirm that they get the package. Don't send it without talking to them first. Once you decide on step 11, the company and the broker, just give them a call. Introduce yourself if they're not in your local area. And that way you can tell them what you're doing and it's coming, and they're going to confirm that it has been received. And now they're going to take that information. They're going to give it to Real Estate Commission and get it all processed. And you are official. You'll get the word. So congratulations, you are official. And I think that is always a fun thing to celebrate. It's just the beginning. It's like the wedding, right? Now comes the work, and we've got to really hustle and know why have our real estate license and what that looks like for us. And that's why we're here to help you on a journey to figure out, at the end of the day, what do you want? And now what do we need to do to get you what you want? So Mike helped me figure that out. We're going to help you guys figure it out as well. And we'll have access to Mike. And so it's going to be super, super exciting. So you are official now, and you want to, for most of your states, you're going to have to sign up for your in the Realtor Association. So your local Realtor Association, you've got to then let them know that you're active. That maybe is 30 or a 45-day process after you become active, and you're going to get MLS access, and you're going to have some support there as well. But I know that EXP, we're required to be part of that association to be a realtor, because that just helps solidify, the expertise. And now we've got all the experience from our team that we can lean on as well. So that's huge. If you're like me and maybe you are fast tracking your license in another state, or maybe you are going to have two licenses in one state, and then you want to then bring it back to your state or open it up in your state as well, then you need to just transfer that over. Find out if your state is a reciprocity state. They're going to recognize your license in another state. You don't have to do anything besides transfer. Or if you're like me, I will have to just take the state portion because I've already passed the national portion, and now I can have my license in 2 states. It's really cool. It's awesome when you talk about referral fees and you talk about building a national team. I think that is huge. So you transfer it if you need to, or get it in another state if you would like, and then you're good to go there. So that might not apply to everybody, but I at least wanted to put that step in there if it does apply to you. So we're super excited. We're super excited again for you to get your license. And these are the key things too. After you get your license, being part of our HSRA family as well is going to help you. We've got training modules. We have expert interviews. We have monthly publications and articles that come out just to build the expertise, along with our immediate family and all of the things that we're sharing with you. More resources to go. We have events all the time that you definitely want to be involved in, and also designations and certifications, because how do we stand out from the crowd, from the other sea of realtors? This is where it's at. It's about HSRA, it's about NAEA, and it's about your immediate family and who you're partnering with to be successful. So you can check out myhsra.com and find out more about our association if you're not already part of it. Many of you guys are already part of this, but we wanted to make this general enough that you can share it with others. And I love Facebook Workplace. We're able to go online and have our own group that we can ask questions. And then, of course, EXP has its workplace group, and you get answers in seconds, and they have their online training. They're cloud-based, and it's really, really cool. So I cannot wait for you to find out more about what we're doing and why I decided to get my license. I think it was the best decision that I made, and I can't explain the excitement that I have. And I wanted to just shoot this video so you know, like I didn't know, what I was getting into as far as all the steps and the hurdles, and then the time frame, because you've got to think about this is going to be your time to study, your time to take tests, and then your time to have processing going on. So you're going to have the support, but it can be a little bit of a waiting game until you become officially official. But you've got us, you've got your support system, and anything we can help you out with, any other questions I can help answer, please reach out. The big thing is you can search online some of the information, but like I said, it wasn't all there. I had to just experience it. And if you are new into a state that maybe we have not had one of our members go through, if you can help us vet out that process, that will be beneficial to the next people that come, or maybe your team that you're creating of agents underneath you. That's going to help them now get their license a lot faster, so they can be as top producers as well. So more to come later. We'll do many of these videos, and you guys can ask questions and comment, and we look forward to working with you guys, and we will talk to you soon.